Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of CueSports International, it's my pleasure to welcome you back to the 2015 U.S. Open 10-Ball Championships. We're coming to you live from the Predator Arena here at the Rio Hotel in Las Vegas, the home of the U.S. Open 8-Ball and 10-Ball Championships and the home of the BCA Pool League's 8-Ball National Championships for the third consecutive year. Before I introduce our players for this semifinal match, I'd like to take an opportunity to recognize our three signature sponsors for the U.S. Open, starting off with Predator, the official cue of the U.S. Open 8-Ball and 10-Ball Championships. Kamui is our official tip, and Omega Billiard Supply is our official store. I'd also like to mention our signature sponsors, starting, of course, with our gracious host here, the Rio Hotel, along with Diamond Billiard Products, Simonis Cloth, Cyclop Pool Balls, the Magic Rack, and Bad Boys Billiard Productions. Our deep gratitude to all those companies for their support of CSI events. Well, we started with 77 players. We've got 3 left. Justin Hall won the hot seat match. He is waiting to play the winner of this match in the finals at 8 p.m. tonight. These two gentlemen are going to compete for the right to play him for the championship. It's now my pleasure to introduce them to you. Our first player is originally from Fulda, Germany. He now resides in Jacksonville, Florida. Among his long list of accomplishments include a championship of the World Cup of Pool. He's a former BCA Open 9-Ball championship. He's a former Manny Pacquiao 10-Ball champion, and he is the reigning World Tournament of 14-1 champion. Sponsored by Lucasi Hybrid, Simonis, Kamui, and Moose Billiard Shoes, it's the Hitman, Thorsten Hohmann. Thank you. Very good. Thank you very much. His opponent's from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. He, too, is a former World Cup of Pool champion. He holds U.S. Open titles in 8-Ball, 10-Ball, and 1-Pocket. And by the way, he also owns 4 U.S. Open 9-Ball crowns, the last 3 in a row, the only man in history to do that. He'll be shooting for his 4th straight in just a few months. Sponsored by Q-Tech, ladies and gentlemen, the South Dakota Kid, Shane Van Boening. Good luck, gentlemen. At this time, I'll send it up to my partner in the booth, Robert Cotton LeBlanc.
Well, it's getting down toward the end here. Shane won the lag, which is big in this. So it means if it's I got Shane this match.
Somehow I had a feeling he was going to be your pick. I tell you what, I'll take Torsten.
Yeah.
That means I pick first in the finals. See?
That's fine there. That's a tough pick. I like this. I like that.
All right. All right, Shane won the all-important lag. And let's see if he continues with a better break. Okay, made a ball.
He got kicked down there.
Yeah. How did he break in his last match?
Good.
Did he?
Yeah.
He was struggling a little earlier today, and then he seemed to find it in the next match, so I was curious to see if he has maintained it. What do you like here? Going under the 5 with the cue ball? Or 1 ball under the 5 and the cue ball here? I like the cue ball under the 5.
Yeah, because it's always easier to control the cue ball as opposed
right.
to the object ball.
Plus, you've got the 6 for a little extra help.
Yeah.
He is looking at something else. I'm not sure what.
I think he's looking at thinning the 1 and going down here, but there's a lot of. He could hit the 2. I mean, there's things in the way.
Exactly.
I like your choice, going the cue ball behind the 5 and 6. And banking the 1 over here, you know.
Yeah, I'd like to get the 1 out in the middle of the table, though. It'd be a tougher ball to hit.
Yep, but I didn't like that.
Yeah, that's exactly what you thought might happen.
Yeah, the 2's like right in the way.
And, you know, Bobby, it's surprising that he wouldn't recognize that.
I know.
I mean, maybe he did, and he just felt, well, I'll get around it. Yeah, right.
Yeah, but the 2 was like right in dead line with the tangent line coming off the rail like that.
It looks like Torsten's going to have to clip the inside of the 4, so I would think a little bit of right English here to help him 2 rails at the deuce.
Like around 2 o'clock or
right.
so. Just double the corners and come out. Good shot. He put the 4 in a good spot just to shoot and stop here. Maybe draw back the inch or 2.
Draw balls worth or so, just so he's not jacked up over the 8.
Avoid the 8.
Right.
And from there, it's...
yeah, well, we can see by that camera shot he's dead straight, so he'll pull it back, 3 to 6 inches maybe. Well, that's even better.
He's solid. He's got great form, doesn't he, at the table?
Yeah. He just couldn't overcome that early 5-game deficit, that Justin put on him. Just too much to catch up.
I'll tell you something, Justin just about gave it away.
Yeah.
Came real close into dogging that match off,
Well, you get a big lead on a big player, and not that Justin's afraid or intimidated by anybody in a match to go to the finals, and it can start to, squeeze your arm a little bit.
It did, and you could see it in his body language that last match, but he pulled it through.
Well, Torsten wants another shot at Justin, and Shane wants the big prize. But any one of the 3 of them, Bobby, is going to be a worthy champion. And
look at this.
Man,
look at this.
He thought he missed it.
He jumped up.
Yeah, he sure did.
He jumped straight up.
He did. I think he was walking to his chair.
I'm telling you, he jumped straight up in the air. He knows.
He's laughing. Yeah, a little crowd pleaser to get everybody loosened up.
He jumped straight up when he shot it. Boy, I thought he missed it.
Yeah, and that was big too, because that was on Shane's break. So right out of the gate here, Torsten with the advantage if he can hold serve here.
I went over there and looked at that big table they got over here. I swear it looked like a 6x12.
Looked like an aircraft carrier.
I'm like, good Lord, look how long that shot is.
I know.
I hate that feeling. I'm telling you, the table looked like a 6x12. It really did. After looking at this for the last week.
Yeah.
I mean, how could you make a ball over there?
I know.
Good Lord.
Leave a guy a long shot. You need binoculars.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Both balls in the side pocket, both second row balls, and this looks wonderful.
Look at this.
Oh, man. Shoot the 3, shoot the 2 and stop, and you're pretty well.
That's right.
Just a 5 ball. But the 5's off the cushion, maybe just a touch.
Close. Does the 5 go down here?
I think there's enough room between the 5 and the point.
Past the point.
And the 4 lays good to get on it really good, and then the 6 is right there. So get both short rails here, both long rails, and bounce right out.
I just bunt this ball in. He ain't got to do nothing. He just bunt it in. Low right, just drag it in there. You know what I mean?
I think he wants to stay around that center diamond right around where the deuce is. But he's hesitating on the kill stroke.
Low right, and just kill it. Just push it like that. I wouldn't have done that.
Well, I think he did that because he felt he wanted to make sure he didn't, quit on that kill stroke and maybe come, where it's bad. Now he's got a little bit of an angle here. I think he can come forward 2 rails out to the middle. He can always play the 4 in the corner, provided he's got an angle to slide over.
A bar table player would have shot it like that.
Right.
Would have just rolled in there with that drag stroke.
Yeah. Okay, he's got to watch the 10 ball here, but I think he can get down on the cue ball enough to just hit about the middle of the bottom rail with some right-hand spin. That's excellent.
Don't get no better than that.
Yeah, that's ball in hand position right there.
It is. Just stun this a little bit, bounces right out.
Yep. That center ball stun is such a handy weapon to have. It comes up so often, especially like if you're cutting the ball on a short rail, you got to come straight out, and sometimes you have to pound it.
And he had it just so nice, just perfect. I'm coming around 2 rails.
You like 2 with inside
that's
there?
That's right.
Yeah.
Just like this, and that's the way I'd have shot it. Yeah, just like that. Perfect.
Okay, the first two for Toasty. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow and the next day, we are on a hiatus from the U.S. Opens for 2 days. We're going to bring you BCA Pool League and some USA Pool League action throughout our programming for Monday and Tuesday. And then on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, we will begin the U.S. Open 8-ball championships. That's a better break. He took a little off. Nice cue ball control. Made the second ball in the side. And what he needs to do is get in the middle of the table so we can play the 2 and come 2 rails around the 10 for the 4. Yeah. Watch the 5 here.
I was going to say, he's got to avoid. Look at this.
What happened there? That's almost like that stroke Torsten put on that 3 ball down there. I mean, where he flubbed it. Wow. It almost looked like he had his mind halfway made up when he shot.
You know, that's just...
because where he wasn't the best place to be. I mean,
you know, and the funny part about it is like you see a guy like that hit a ball like that, and he's like the best player in the United States. Hit that like an APA 3. You know? Oh, I ain't supposed to mention APA. He hit that like an amateur. You know what I mean? Really? Yeah, it's really strange. You see, you know, when they hit a ball like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, he's got to stun this over because he doesn't want to go forward and hit the 6. Yeah, good.
Nice and smooth.
Yeah. See, that shot there is about a half a tip above center.
Mm-hmm.
We I don't know, we used to call that what, stun run through, or a lot of different descriptions for that kind of a stroke.
You
Hello.
think this
Christmas has come early for the South Dakota kid.
How possibly miss that ball? What is happening, Ken?
I'm at a loss to explain it, Bobby.
Are they tied? Well, Shane's been playing. This is his 4th match today.
Yeah, but it's Torsten's 3rd at least. Played once this morning, and then he played just that prior match. Does he have a billiard on the 6 on the side? It looks like it's the only thing he can do.
But who knows where the 5's going?
Well, I'd give it a little gas here to get that 5 moving into space. But you got to watch that the 5 don't go into the 8 or the 10. It kind of looks like it's going to miss it. I think what he's doing there is he's looking where the cue ball is going to go after it hits the 6.
If he draws into the 6, it ain't going nowhere.
Well, it could. I think he's worried about it leaking out just a little bit, maybe getting behind the 8, especially if the 5 were to hit the 10. I don't think the 5's going to hit the 10, though. Did he call anything in particular?
He called the 6.
Oh, okay. That could have come out a whole lot worse because he really didn't know what was going to happen.
No, he didn't.
But as I said, he made sure he hit it firm enough so the balls would not cluster. But Torsten would have had a golden opportunity to go 3-0.
I don't know how we missed that 5. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't think he does either. But how did Shane miss the 1? You know?
It's crazy.
It almost seems like every match you see something so unexpected that it almost just shocks you. From players of the highest caliber in the world.
Miss a ball like that. I mean,
here's a guy racking the balls that's got a straight pool high run of 404. And he missed that.
Missed a hanger.
And speaking of that, a couple weeks ago when, of course, Torsten won the World Tournament of 14-1 again for the third time, plus his World 14-1. But Shane was practicing, warming up there. He run 305 in practice.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah.
Then they miss the ball 4 inches from the hole.
Mm-hmm. Look at this break.
God, look at this.
Yep. Beautiful.
Look at this. Doing, doing, doing.
Yeah, he's playing 7-ball.
And then nothing's on the. I mean, look at this. Shoot and stop. 3, 4. I mean, this is like.
You know, does he have a stop angle? Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Okay, he's not. He's not. Just kill it. Yeah.
Now he'll go 2 rails toward the 3. Hit the long rail next by the diamond. Just like that. Perfect on the diamond. I'm hitting. Can you tell I'm hitting them good today, Ken?
Yeah,
Did you see where the cue ball hit just then? Did it hit the diamond?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
I mean, right.
But you've been known to start out playing really good, and you know.
I fade out.
You can't fade if it's
I do fade
as the
when
match goes.
Well, I'm old.
Yeah.
You know, I don't play as good at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right now I'm in my prime. Nice little smooth shot there, wasn't it? Wow, 3-1.
Well, it's still about a year away, but we already know our dates for next year's 40th edition of the BCA Pool League's National 8-Ball Championships here at the Rio. It's going to be July 20th to 30th next year, and it's a pretty hefty milestone for the BCA Pool League. 40 consecutive years running the BCA Pool Leagues. So hope to see you all here next year for a big anniversary celebration. Okay, rack 5, the South Dakota kid to break. Same break, same cue ball, got kicked, look out.
Was unlucky there. He was right in the center too.
Yeah, he sure was.
I don't know where to push
yeah,
here.
Don't see much right off the bat here, Cotton.
You know, I might push down here by the diamond, by the short rail.
To the left?
To the left.
Yeah.
By the first diamond.
Well, you'd leave him the one in the lower right.
The lower left. Well, yeah. On the left side of our screen.
Yeah.
But that might be like a scratch shot on. You know what I mean?
It could be.
I think that's a good place to push, though. Where else can you push from here? You know what I'm? Like right there. See?
Well, if I'm going to push there, I might even consider moving the 2-ball, but no, he can't hit the 2-ball, can he? He's got to hit to get there. He's got to actually go.
Only place to push is right by that diamond. There's no other spot.
Can he get? Yeah, he can get there straight at it.
And knowing that I'm in dead stroke, that's where he's going. Wait and see. We'll see what happens.
Well,
my shoulder's sore from patting myself on the back this last couple of minutes.
well, I noticed there was a kind of a spot on your shirt was worn out there.
Yeah.
Must have been from all them hands on your back.
Yeah.
That's all right. One of these days, I'm going to get you in that booth tournament.
It's a straight pool tournament.
Straight pool
booth
tournament.
I'm not sitting in there with you. No straight pool, nothing. Because you'll make me look like the biggest dummy on the planet. I'm like, what ball do you shoot next? I have no idea. I know what ball is a break ball.
Yeah.
I know the break ball and the key ball. Other than that, forget about it.
The only other thing I see, Bobby, is tap the 4 about 3 inches, and then you're going to play for a jump shot. Or tap the 10.
Yeah.
One or the other.
Yeah.
I'd tap the 10.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. He's not getting this back. I don't know. I would think Torsten. It all depends on the angle, because if it's straight and he can jump it and stop, he's got the 2. But if there's any angle on this to the left, yeah, if he's got to cut it to the right, maybe if we can get the right-hand camera, maybe we can see what kind of an angle this has.
Well, you know, he can jump and draw it, you know what I mean? But
well, yeah, you can. But, I mean, if the cue ball's going to the left,
I know
I'd be a little worried about winding up hooked if I made it.
Yeah, yeah.
If it's straight, I think it's certainly the shot that you've got to accept.
I don't know. I wouldn't shoot it. I wouldn't shoot it.
Yeah, but Shane jumps so good, you can't pass this back.
Yeah.
Well, he did.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, well, we'll see if you're still playing good.
I'm telling you, I'm in dead stroke.
Well, keep telling yourself that.
No.
You don't have to convince me. Yeah.
How you gonna take this shot? I mean, too much can go wrong here.
Well, I agree, but
you can't take this. I mean, even
would you say Shane's more than 50-50 to make it?
Yeah, but then he might not get on the 2. We'll see. We'll see. I don't think he's more than 50-50 to make it. This close.
Yeah, it's close.
That's, you know. But I'm not real familiar with how close you can use these jump cues. I don't play with one hardly ever, you know.
I don't myself either, but I've seen this guy play with one enough to know that he's pretty stout with it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and he did draw it like you thought it might. He got away with a little bit of it. I don't think he's got the whole ball, but
no, he can't. Look from here, he can't make it, and he got real lucky.
I actually almost like to bank this Bobby cross corner and come up here behind the deuce.
Mm-hmm. I like Thorsten passing on that shot, though. I wouldn't have took it.
It turned out to be the right decision.
Yeah, that's close, man. Jump that ball like that, but he didn't miss it by far.
No, he didn't at all. He did call the cross corner.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he'll use inside here, come 2 rails up around that 9-5. It should hit the 7 if he doesn't make it.
Oh, man, I don't know what that was. Did he get, look at this.
I think that was probably 90% safe and 10% the shot, because he'd have come a lot closer to making that ball.
I'm thinking he's got to be ducking there. Cause
yeah.
It sure turned out good.
Shane's looking to see if he can go rail first here. I don't think he can.
I would jump the 2, then hit the rail.
Jump rail first?
Jump the 2, then land in the middle, then jump over the 4, a double jump.
Yeah.
You know, you can do that with some of these.
Yeah, I know. If he can get to the right of the 7, he can back kick it. But boy, that looks awful tight. That's what he's looking at right now, is can I get to the right of the 7 ball so I can just tap the 1 up and go behind the 3, or tap the 1 behind the 3, one or the other.
Where's he going to kick now?
Well, I'm saying he may have to spin this a little bit.
Kick behind the 2?
Go to the left of the 2, but he's got to miss that 7 that's up there on the rail. He's got to be on the right side of the 7 and clip the 1.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's possible.
That's tricky, huh? You mean hit one rail like that?
Yeah.
I don't think it's possible.
Yeah.
Unless he hits the right.
He might clip the inside of the 1. Well,
uh-oh.
Well, you know what's happening here. Now, this ain't easy, but he's so close to the 1 ball.
And plus the 10's
and the 10's in the big ball position.
Since it's not on the rail, makes
it. When we say, folks, a ball's in the big ball position, we mean it's just slightly off the rail, which means you can catch it rail first and still make it. I think this is going right in the heart. Bingo. Torsten's safety on the 1 ball got him that rack, and he has jumped ahead here 4-1 in a matter of 15 or so minutes. Sure. Still a lot of match left to be played, but it must feel like a much bigger deficit than it really is. And you know Torsten's looking for redemption from that last match.
He'd be a good guy to imitate playing pool, Thorsten. Man, he's solid as a rock, and his bridge, his forearm, everything. He's just like a rock.
Yeah, he's as fundamentally sound as there is.
Yep.
And you know as well as I do that good fundamentals will help carry you through some very difficult times or nervous times or pressure-packed situations.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can rely on that. You don't have to worry about it. See how he's got that left arm locked right on that rail. He couldn't get that off with a crowbar.
Yep.
Well, the 8 was going right in the side. It got kissed out, but they're still dropping all over the place.
Table sprung a leak.
Another break with 3 ball. He's playing 7 ball again for the second time in a row.
You're going cross corner here?
Absolutely. 100% guaranteed because the cue ball's natural
going
at the
right
deuce.
Toward the deuce,
yeah.
In this bank, he should make this 199 times out of 100.
I agree.
Just make sure you don't bank it short. Just roll it in. Just like that. Oops.
Oh.
Oops. Yep. There's a little difference here when you get a guy like Thorsten with the lead as opposed to anybody else because he ain't giving nothing back. You know, and he breaks good. It's not like you're going to get a lot of dry breaks from him to where you can catch up, you know.
Right.
If he runs out here, he might be had this match locked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I would never count Shane out of anything.
No, but he's got a.
But what you're saying is it's very unlikely Torsten's going to make a silly error and open the door for you. You're going to have to earn it.
And he's going to be breaking. And he's breaking good.
Yeah. Well, see now he can almost start thinking about a more controlled break because the only thing that would hurt him would be a scratch on the break. He can live with a dry break, but not a scratch. Just like that. 5-1. Well, this man sure ain't used to being on the short side of the score.
What's he looking at?
Who, Shane?
Yeah.
I think he was just making sure he had the magic rack lined up properly.
Okay.
You know, square.
Yeah.
Once again, I mean, the break is really working for him now. He's got both second row balls every time. The deuce is ugly. Will it go in the side off the 6? It's hard to tell because the 2's on the rail.
He's got the perfect angle
to go into the 2.
To hit the 2
yeah,
right.
I think he's got to go into the 2 here.
Yeah, I think he'll hit it. No, it must go. It must
yeah,
go
it
off
must
the
go.
6.
It must go. It almost looks though it's one of those that can actually just hang on the lip. Probably not.
He'll hit it pretty firm.
Yeah. Now watch where that 6 is going.
Oh, you see it take a hoop?
Yeah. Fortunately, it's got plenty of room to go. Either wants to be straight in on the 5 or he wants the 3-rail angle on the 5. Straight in. Well, it's too much. Well, he's going to have to take a little longer shot on the 6. He'll probably just go past the side here. Think he's got to go all the way around, Bobby, or can he hold the 2 rails?
Going 4 rails.
Yeah, I think he's got to go 4. The speed of the shot is better for that.
Exactly. He wants to hit a medium speed. He don't want to be, it.
Yeah.
No, he
That's
come up
a little weak.
No, he hit that ball weak. Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow, that was really light. I mean, that was like right in the middle. Of course, it
Might have caught the 6 a little heavy, but still, he's very short of where he wanted to be. And this, he's just going to slow draw.
Wow.
I'll tell you, he needed that game to basically stay in the match, so to speak. I mean, 6-1 and Torsten breaking would have really been ugly.
Really been,
Right. But I know you, as well as Jay and I, have been so impressed this week with how some of these players that arguably hardly ever play on these 7-foot tables have adjusted to them. And I think a lot of them have a different maybe respect now for smaller tables.
Totally.
As Jay said many times this week too, the game's not as easy as everybody perceives it to be on a small table.
Look at some of the balls that's been missed.
Right.
Everybody thinks they're never going to miss. No, dude, they're missing some balls. Look at this break. There goes the 4. No, anything go? Did he make anything?
He made noise.
3, 6, 9, 10. No, he didn't make nothing.
I think Shane's going to play this rail first and make it.
I was thinking, me and you playing. I play you straight pool. You make 150 to my 50. Because my high run's like 12. So you're never going to get probably 3 or 4 innings in.
All right, well, we'll do that, and then I'll come up with a nice little one-pocket handicap for you to give me like 18-2.
Yeah.
But I will let you break in straight pool.
I know how to break them.
All right.
I watched the movie.
Now, I don't want to jinx him, but I'm going to say it anyway. In all the years I've been watching Shane play, to this day, I think he is the best rail-first player that I've seen in the last 20 years. I've seen this guy make rail-first shots that I didn't think people would even attempt.
What system is he using?
Okay, what he's using is the mirror system. What basically it is you measure the distance between the object ball and the cushion.
Which is like, say, an inch.
And then you extend that out over the rail the same distance.
An inch up the rail.
Right, and that gives you your target.
But you measure from the side of the ball?
Yeah. And then back out onto the
to
rail.
The point, and then
right, and then you take that point and you form a line with that point back to the cue ball.
Your point's right there.
Right.
On the rail,
right.
straight with the
see
one.
See where his index finger is, right between the rail and the things, right there? Okay, now he sees that. Now that point, behind the cue ball, to the point he just touched on the rail,
an inch up
is
from
his
the point.
line to hit the cue ball into the cushion. So this ball, the cue ball should hit the cushion somewhere just past
before the one?
No, before the middle diamond.
You lost me.
Well, maybe I didn't explain it that well. It's called the mirror system.
Yeah, you'll have to show me.
Yeah.
Show me when everything's over at the pool table.
I'll show you when we're playing straight pool.
I kick it the ball's pretty fair, but I just do it by feel.
I do too. I never learned a system.
No.
I've always been a feel player. Same thing on kicks and banks and all that. I don't use any systems. They're too hard to remember.
Yeah. What's the problem here?
Well, he's just got a small window to get on the 3. He's got to go between the 6 and the 9, the 7 and the 9 to shoot the 3, or he's got to put the cue ball on the left long rail. There's only 2 alleyways to the 3 ball.
No, man, this is not hard. I'm telling you.
Well, right. I mean, but he's taking extra care to make sure he goes where he wants to go. Right between the 7 and the 9.
Look at this.
But he's got to get a bump. Okay? It wasn't all that routine. Now he's in good shape.
You said that Thorsten sponsors Moose shoes.
Moose billiard shoes. It's something that's just come out in the past, I'm going to say year and a half to 2.
Is he wearing them now?
I'm sure if he's a sponsor.
Are they tennis shoes?
I'm not sure. I think they're kind of a, a lightweight.
Dressy looking type?
Yeah, kind of a
Moose.
Lightweight. There's a couple other players that are using them. I think Mika now is sponsored by them as well. But first time I heard about it was last year.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get a shot at his shoes next time he approaches the table. Or
I've never heard of them before. I'm just curious.
Yeah, it's a fairly new company, at least to my knowledge here in the U.S., and I don't know much more about it or where they're from, but they do sponsor several of the pros. Jason Shaw, I think, wears them too.
5-3.
Matter of fact, I think Shane may have a pair on. I'm not sure. He's not officially sponsored by them, but they kind of look like that. Shane used to wear a kind of a shiny pointed toe, non-lace shoe, and just fairly recently he's gone to these, and I believe they are probably from the same company. I'm trying to get a look over there at Torsten's. But again, a very important game there for Shane to win on Torsten's break. And now he's got a chance to tighten things back up here. Did he flip his score? Is it 5-2 or 5-3?
5-3.
Yeah, he didn't flip his score. Okay. Needs the 8 to kick the cue ball. Nope. Now this is a tough push, Bobby, with that ball so close to the pocket.
Well, once again, he's going to push for the jump.
Just to finish up the thought on the shoes while he's thinking about what to do here. I don't think people give enough consideration to the footwear that a professional pool player needs to utilize. You're on your feet, all day playing pool, and you've got to have something that's going to be durable.
And you got to have
comfortable,
rubbery type,
grippy
sole.
types. You're right, because you get up on your toes a lot to reach sometimes, and this and that. And something that also maybe, your feet won't perspire in or swell up. I mean, there's, a lot to the equipment that you use, and a lot of it is also your footwear is every bit as important as your selection of your cue.
I'll play the one if he'll wear a pair of heels. I would.
Huh?
I think I'd play the one if they wore some heels, like those 5-inch heels that the chicks wear.
Yeah.
They'd be so off balance they couldn't make a ball.
Yeah.
I think.
Please, listen, I know we're both old school, but you can't call them chicks, Bobby.
What's wrong with that?
They're ladies.
Well,
women.
Oh, okay, ladies.
Okay. We're in enough trouble up here.
I know. I stay in trouble. That's part of my
I
MO.
know that's the story of your life.
He's going to jump.
Well, the concern here is really where's the cue ball going to wind up if you pocket this with a jump shot. You could wind up behind the 4 and the 3. You also could sell out. So I think this is kind of 50-50 whether you take it or not. The last time he had a jump facing him, he passed it back on a push out. Remember the one ball, and Shane didn't make it. He almost did.
I don't like this either. You know what could happen here is he could hit this ball and actually could follow it in.
Well, he could do that.
You know what I'm saying?
He could do that.
Take that up with a lot of right speed.
Right.
It can just
he could actually not make it and still follow it in.
Yeah. I think
And then the other thing I always tell people is, and I learned this 20, 30 years ago, Pat Fleming taught me this. He said, when you're jumping to a ball that's close to a rail, you got to be careful that your cue ball's not bouncing when it hits that object ball, because it'll go up off the table.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's got plenty of room to get the cue ball up and down
here. What makes this tough, though, is getting on the 2.
Right.
Well, he's shooting at it.
He's got to hit it ball first.
I think I would pass again. This is curious where the cue ball's going to go.
Oh, double kissed it in.
Yeah, I would have passed. I really would have.
Well, I might have passed only because of how hard it was to get on the 2 ball from there, even if you did make it. Shane, by the way, just kind of looked up to the sky after that thing went in.
Is he going to try to put the 2 below the 10 and high behind the 6?
That's what I would do. It seems so natural just to roll into the 2 and bounce off. I mean, I would play 100% cue ball here. I wouldn't even care. I wouldn't even care where the 2 went.
Yeah, got to get behind the 6.
Right.
Bounce off the rail like an inch or 2 or whatever. Just like that. Just like that, sir.
Right. Right there. You cannot try to control both balls on that shot. If you control the cue ball there, it won't matter where the 2 went.
You take care of Whitey, she'll take care of you.
Yeah, thanks, Ronnie. Okay, now he can come 2 rails and clip it like the 1 pocket shot, or he can go behind it and try to hit and stick, but then the 2 risks running into things and staying around. The other thing that's impeding him just a little bit is he needs to use left English on this, and although he's got the whole cue ball, just the presence of the 6 sometimes makes that a little harder to do. I like the 2 rail thin. I'd actually call the ball.
Yeah, because he might.
And go upstream.
Right. Yeah, he might make it, kick it in, but.
He didn't call anything, did he? Well, I don't know if he's not going to shoot, because those were not Shane Van Boening warm-up strokes. Did he point to this pocket or the other pocket? He pointed to something.
What he's looking at.
Yeah, pointed to something. Yeah, he's called the lower right, which is the obvious place to kick it. Tried to go right at it rather than 2 rails.
It's not easy, huh?
No, either way, he was in a tough spot there.
Yeah, that was a difficult shot anyway he went there.
Well, I think Toasty's going to cut this down the corner with low right and swing 3 rails around to the middle of the table. This is not that difficult of a shot. He's very close to the ball. He can sight it well. And that's exactly what he did.
And he hit it right where he wanted. No, look at this. He looks jacked up. He like had an angle.
Well, he actually is good enough to be able to just float it, roll it forward. He doesn't have to do much with Whitey here.
Yeah.
And he's not completely jacked up, so he can get a Q-tip on a good part of the cue ball.
Good shot there. This was a big game for both people here.
Well, Torsten got very fortunate. When he tried to jump and make the 1, he double kissed it in, and that allowed him to play that lock-up safe on the 6 ball.
Roll up and shoot the 7 in the side, right?
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit beyond straight in here. Well, that was a little rough, but it's okay. Now you can just stop.
I think he had to cheat the pocket toward the cue ball to go forward.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. It's funny, though, after 5 days of play now, the table is still accepting certain shots, but we've seen it tighten up and reject a few, too. So it's kind of changing back and forth a little bit, which is unusual.
And he's breaking. Boy, this was a big game for Shane to win, too.
Yeah, every game is big now for
From
Shane.
Here, yeah. 6-3, and Thorsten's breaking the balls. That's a big lead when you get this far in the match.
Look at Shane over there in the corner.
I think he fell asleep.
Yeah.
I bet he's a little tired. I mean, this is his 4th match today. You know, that's a lot of pool.
Well, he's been playing all day, every day for all this week and probably the last 20 years.
And it's tiresome, too, mentally.
Mentally,
what gets you.
The mental fatigue is very much underestimated at this level. And sometimes that's why they miss these shots that we say, how the hell did he miss that?
You know, it's not even to the level. It's like even the amateurs, if they're playing all day, they get just as tired as the pros. I mean, it's not, you know.
Well, yeah. It's a good point. 4 ball.
It's a 4. Look at this.
9.
Nice
One's hanging.
Nice little kick
When's
there.
the 2 going to stop? Well, he's got a nice pocket right by the 10 for the deuce.
Yeah, he can draw straight up the table.
2 stop, 3 stop, 5, 6 in the side.
Mm-hmm. Bada bing, bada bang.
Kind of.
Where are you from?
Boston.
Nice shot there, nice speed. Boy, he's going to be 7-3. It's getting kind of getting kind of scary for Shane from here.
Yeah, it's starting to look like it's going to be all Torsten here. I mean, some things are going to have to really turn around here.
I'm glad I bet on Thorsten. Oof.
Well, I'm glad you did too. I mean, I'm wondering how you're going to collect, but you know, I'm glad you booked the winner.
Yeah. Just shoot and stop here, I believe. Can he twist it in? Yeah, he don't have to.
You don't even you can just kill the cue ball.
Yeah.
Let it roll forward a ball.
How about it? Yeah. Nice and easy.
You know, what we have to keep in mind, too, is that, you know, these are like 3-foot shots. It's still a small table. So distance is really never going to be a big issue for any of these players. Well, that's not where he wanted the cue ball, but fortunately the 8's a sitting duck. Watch the follow through. Nice. Stayed down all the way until the ball made contact. I'm very much looking forward to the U.S. Open 8-ball, Bobby. I love 8-ball on a 7-foot table. I think it's.
It's going to be good.
I think it's. It really brings out the talent of the player.
I can't wait to see how the balls are going to break. That's the whole, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they're going to be in clusters, or if they're going to be shoot and stop, wide open. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of traffic, you know.
There'll be a lot of long games and safety battles and needing to nudge open a ball here and there.
7-3.
That's all right. He'll slice this in and come right straight down the table, right between that 3 and 10. And then he can get to the center of the table to play the 3 in the corner. 5-8 is routine. So let's see if he can manage to clear this rack and then talk to the pool gods.
It ain't as easy as it looks.
Well, middle of the table, I think, is where you'd want to be. You could play the 3 and then just float out for the 4. I don't know what he's looking at now.
He's trying to go in the gap right here.
Maybe he's, well, boy. I think he could hit this heavy enough to go around the 9, couldn't he?
I think he's trying to go in between them balls.
Boy, that's kind of risky.
What? I don't know what he's doing there, Ken.
That's like a foot short.
What was he doing there? Really, what was he doing there?
Like I said, I think he was going the middle of the table.
What?
Did he call this cross-site?
I don't know what he was thinking there. Honestly, that was pretty. Yeah, he's banking it inside.
Well, that was a good shot, and I mean, it should have solved the rest of the rack for him. But if he played for that off the 2, I'm just
crazy.
I'm not understanding that would be the best path.
I know he banked good.
You know, sometimes when you're in a match like this where it seems like nothing's going your way, sometimes you just try to do something different to maybe change the karma. Well, Bobby, I think we're approaching the point in the match here now where Shane's got to get a turnover and take advantage of it and then break and run, close the gap to 1. And he needs to do that probably now. You know, 7-6 down and Torsten breaking. Torsten's going to feel a little bit of pressure. But if he goes 8-4 here, it's going to be awful tough.
Well, the 6 might have saved Shane here.
I don't think so. I
the
think
3 doesn't go by.
It'll go in the side, or there's a 3-10.
It's tough from there.
Right, or you could shoot the 2 off the rail into the 5 and draw back and try to open the balls. I think he's got a lot of possibilities here. Not that there's not work to do, but with Torsten's overall knowledge and especially the straight pool prowess and all of that, you know, getting to a tough ball is probably something that's a little bit less intimidating for him than maybe someone else. Yeah, see, he's trying to come up here behind them to play the 3 in the side. He got too much of an angle, though.
He might roll the 2 in here and play the 3-10. Roll the 2
to,
right in.
Yeah, into this pocket. Yeah.
The bottom left here and just roll right
Well,
up. And play the
I think he wants the 3 in the side. Because if he can make the 3 in the side, the rest of the rack's just sitting there. But how do you get near the 10 ball with the cue ball here? Can he go around the 4? See, I back cut this, and that's what he's doing. Can he go
Looks
between?
To me like he's going right to the 4.
Well, if he can go between the 4 and the 9, that's where to go, because that'll take him at the 10. He might be able to alter the angle with speed. Just got to miss the 4. Go at the 10. And that's okay, too, because he's got a big pocket down there. Even if it doesn't pass the 6, he's only got to shoot it into the first diamond down there on the long rail, Bobby. And I think it does have a path to the last diamond on the long rail.
It does, but this is tricky.
Well,
this
is, but
tough right here.
But
with the cue ball being so close to the rail, that's what's killing him. If it was off like a half inch, it'd be.
Well, I think it's off a little bit, just a little bit, where he's not totally tree-topped.
Tree-topped? I hadn't heard that. I like that term.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah.
And then when you're up against it, side to side, then you're tree-trunked.
There you go. True.
Yeah, if you're frozen to it, it's tree-trunked, and if you're
hooked behind the ball, you're tree stumped. All right? See what he does here. He did call the 3, right?
Oh, I'm sure. See, right into the diamond, and there's almost no way to miss it.
No, he hit it perfect, just in case.
I think what you got to do here is just draw your rock to the side rail and back out to center table. No need to try to get down there. Middle of the table,
right,
is fine. Low left, under the 6 and out. You might get it on this angle, guys. Take a look at Torsten's backhand and watch it through the shot. It's going to stay tight. See that? There was no opening of his hand when he drew the cue back or brought it forward. No real wrist snap.
Why is that?
He's one of the few players, Bobby, that does not have a loose grip on the back of the cue.
That's weird.
Yeah. He keeps all 4 fingers around the cue through
the
shot.
Like when they hit the cue ball, they let go.
Usually
of the
the pinky or the last 2 are gone, and some guys don't even have them on there, like Dennis or Cuyo. It's just 3-finger grip all the time.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, the guy that pointed that out to me was Darren. We were talking about it. I forget where we were.
How did he go forward with his wrist if he's not letting go of his finger?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Think about it. How would you break your wrist forward if you don't let go of the back end of the cue?
I don't know.
Was he double jointed in his wrist?
Well, I think he's got a great hinge on that elbow.
Damn, he about missed that ball. See that?
Yeah.
He shot it right to the side.
I mean, maybe he's relaxing his grip a little bit as he goes through the cue ball, and his fingers just aren't opening up.
Yeah.
You know, so he still gets the loose wrist.
Yeah, he has to let go a little bit, or
But it's just very noticeably different than most pro strokes.
I just noticed that when you mentioned that. I was watching. Yeah.
There's all our sponsors at the bottom of your screen there. Our associate sponsors and our signature sponsors up top, Predator and Kamui.
Eight to 4. Boy, he needs to win this game.
This doesn't look too difficult here.
1 rail back.
Low right. Hitting about where he put that piece of chalk down. Maybe a little further. Right at the chalk. I think everything kind of turned when Shane sort of flubbed that 1 ball. Remember, he put that weird, funny little stroke on that 1 ball when he was trying to cut it and go across, and we didn't really know what he was doing. I think that's what kind of started to tip the scales in Torsten's favor. Well, you can only win them one at a time. Now he needs some help.
We got a full crowd here on these VIP tables. I mean,
yeah,
seats.
The VIP seats I think all sold out.
Yeah, everybody's.
There weren't that many of them. I think there were around 30 seats total.
Yeah,
because the bleachers are free admission.
Look at this little kiss.
Yeah,
here.
how about the 6-8?
6 goes. Yeah, the 6 goes.
Yeah, and the 4 is
Right
laying
there.
right there to help you get on
If
it.
he can roll up, in the side like that with the 4.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, once the 2's out of the way, Bobby, there's going to be all kinds of space there to get there from the 3.
Yeah.
No, I don't think there's any need to do anything more than get straight in on the 4 ball. 2 in the side, not 2 in the corner. That's okay. A little more angle than he wanted.
I'd play the 3-10 next.
Yeah. Well, I would take stripes.
No, you'd leave the 3 as a break ball. You wouldn't be messing with the 3.
That's too high.
It is.
Yeah, I'd rather use the 2. Get over by a middle diamond and below the side. Shoot the 2 in the side. Go right into the front 2 balls.
Ooh.
Well, that's not good.
No, I don't know what he was.
No, I didn't like the angle he had on the 2.
No,
I thought he'd play for the 2 either straight in or in the side pocket so he could find the angle on the 3.
I don't think he can go forward here with inside and spin down there, I don't believe.
He'd have to just barely graze the 9.
You know what he could do here?
Bank it.
No, I'd shoot the 3 and it's
in the
in
side.
rail, come back and put him right behind the 6 and 8.
Yeah,
I'm
but I
telling
mean,
you.
he's got 6 balls on the table and they all go.
I know, but
and
he
it's
can't
to get
on
on the
4.
hill.
But he can't get on the 4.
Yeah, I know. No, your point's well taken, but I think he's going to try to go forward with inside here.
He'd be buried behind the 6 and 8 if I was in. I'm telling you, that's what I like.
He might very well do that.
We'll see, because he can't get on the 4.
The only way I see getting on the 4 is the 3 cross side and the cue ball at the 8.
Unless he banks the 4 across the corner. He can't get enough. I don't like none of this.
Well, now he's going to have another bank.
I don't like none of this.
Well, this is your horse. What are you, all
I
of a
don't like
sudden?
none of this. This is like the wrong. He could have buried him behind the 3
I
and
know
8,
he could.
Ken.
I know he could.
Just he'd been in jail with no way to hit it. And he's gonna shoot 2 circus shots to get out. I don't know what they're thinking. And he had the perfect angle too, just right off the side of that 3. He needs to ask me next time what he should do. I'm just kidding. He's a.
I'm going to put a chair out there next to him. You be the corner man.
I will. I'll coach you for 20%.
Okay, 8-6. A break and run would make it 8-7.
Wow.
And there would be some pressure on
Yes.
Mr. Toasty.
Yes.
You know, I still think he was a little hasty when he played from the 1 to the 2 in that rack. It almost looked like he didn't go pick a spot to get on the 2. It was more a general area position play. And a guy like that, you're not used to seeing that.
And then bank those 2 balls and then go and run into 6 and 8, not knowing where they're going to go. That was a pretty crazy decision.
Well, when he banked the 3, I was okay with that, but I thought he'd go forward with the cue ball where he might run into the 6-8 or at least get an angle on the 4 where he could then just stop, like we said, and play the 6 in the corner. But how many matches have we seen turn completely 180 on something like that, you know? So this is going to be,
like
be pretty
us
interesting.
Watching, our opinions up here are different than what they do sometimes because it's different when you're down there.
Well, the guy at the table's got the best judge of what to do and how it lays and how it feels.
Because a millimeter either way can make
absolutely
completely change the shot around.
Right. I think he's got a shot.
There it goes.
Yep, he got a little tap from the 7 ball that allowed him to see the 1.
Now, if Thorsten breaks next and he doesn't get out, then we might have a tie match.
Yeah. But I want you to also keep in mind, just in case Shane won the leg, that means he breaks if it goes hill-hill. I just kind of stay right where the 2 ball is.
Mm-hmm. Or just bounce off the rail.
Yeah, but you just want to be right there with that angle so you can slide down. Just a little below center. Might be a bit straight. I wonder if you have to just cheat a little bit and go forward and go around the 9.
Behind the 9, yeah.
Can't afford to touch the 9 though. Now what? Is he gonna? Can he draw it over? Yeah.
Yeah, he had room.
Yeah. All right. Well, now straight in on the 7, and it's a tap out. Well, this is the biggest break of the tournament so far coming up right now for Torsten. He absolutely must win this rack on his break, or the advantage is going to SVB. After Torsten had complete control of this match, he was rocking and rolling. He had him 8-4. And then he played that funky position on that 2.
And then tried to bank
Had
out.
to bank the 3, bank the 4, wound up scratching. 8-5, 8-6, 8-7.
He could have tucked him under the covers.
You are correct. I mean, the thing about your call is he could do that 100 out of 100.
It was just like float right behind the ball, yeah. Yeah, he had the chance to really lock him up.
Shane's sitting a little bit more upright in his chair right now than he was a few racks ago when we saw him slouch back. Watch the tap on the cue ball. Watch the tap on the cue ball.
I would have bet on my life he scratched on that break. The way things are going, you know.
He darn near did.
I was getting ready to say that too. Watch him scratch on the break. The way things are going. Can he just shoot and stop here and leave him behind these balls?
He's going to have to elevate the hell out of the cue. I mean, the cue ball is so deep on the shelf there.
I think he can do. He can stab
I think
it, right?
he can.
Just straight on. Just
yeah.
boop.
Yeah.
I'd hit it hard enough to go 2 rails.
Double bank the one.
And get right by the 10.
Yeah.
What's he doing here? What's he doing?
I don't know. Oh, okay. He had to do. Oh, that's no. Did he let him see it?
He can hit it. He can't make it, but he can hit it.
Well,
Look at Torsten. He's shaking his leg.
Can he hit enough of this one to come under the 410?
I think so, yeah.
Timeout.
Oh, yeah,
All right.
you can see.
All right, we got a quick timeout, folks. Be right back.
Well, Thorsten made a big arrow just in by letting Shane hit this one. He could have he shot. I don't know if he can hit this ball. Wes is tricky. He can't. He was hoping he could hit the rail far to the left and use inside to straighten the ball out. But right now he can't because the 9's in the way. The cue ball has to be over like an inch to the right. That way he could hit the rail by the diamond with low right and straighten it out. It's one of Grady Matthews' one-pocket kick shots. But he's dead now. I don't think he can't do it now. Now he's got to go across the side here. I don't know what he's going to do. He's not going to hit it going the end rail. That's for sure. Oh, I think the 9's in the way. If the cue ball was over like a millimeter, then he could hit that diamond, but I don't think he can hit it from here. We'll see. I don't know. I don't think he can hit it. I think the 9's in the way. You better hit it. Boy, that was about as good as it gets there, buddy. Although it didn't help him none. That was a beautiful hit, and I'll tell you, that was a tough shot he made. He hit it perfect. Look at what he sold out. We're getting ready to have it. It's going to be 8-8 shortly.
Yep.
Somebody's been smoking around here. Not
It was a cigarette. Even had a filter on it.
That first shot of this game, he had a pretty easy safety, and then he just let Shane hit the one, you know? Who broke this rack?
Thorsten.
Oh, Thorsten, yeah. Now it's going to be 8-8, and Shane's breaking.
Yeah, like I said, he's going to regain the advantage here.
Yes.
Does it look like that 8 goes by?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Looks like it from here.
Easy billiard anyway. I'll tell you, Bobby, if it turns out and Shane winds up getting through this match, it's going to be a devastating loss for poor Torsten there. He was in complete control.
Yeah, I can't believe that last game, what he did. Banking those 2 balls. Freaky.
I think you just got to come with a high ball straight down the table here, huh?
Yeah, he's going to be angling off right toward the diamond straight back.
Now, I know Shane's game enough to know that sometimes he would play this on a big table, 3 rails short, and then bounce into the 4th rail, but not this time.
Look at this. No, he's all right.
Well, he ain't all that all right. He's got to jack up a little bit. If he goes forward, he might rub the 10. I think he got to jack up and just stun this out.
Go up in the center of the table.
Yeah, just come straight up the line, even 2 feet.
Yeah, I mean, a 9 sitting easy.
Right. I wouldn't. Yeah, see, he don't like it. I mean, fortunately, the cue ball's off the rail enough where he can get to the center of the cue ball.
If it was frozen, he'd really be in trouble.
But I think he's got to elevate just a little bit.
Maybe the 8's real close.
Yeah, but I think he's got to play it this way. Not too hard. Yeah, perfect. That's the shot we were talking about. That center ball stun you right out of the rail. Can you believe where we're at here from 8-4?
I don't believe him either. I don't believe it.
I mean, this is similar to that match he played with Dennis. What was he, 9-2 down or something? And Dennis come all the way back before Shane closed him out. A little more pep in Shane's step right now. He knows he's in a good position here. He's been breaking great, making the second ball almost every time. Made a ball on the side. The 1 went in. The 2's lining up for him. Where's the 3 going? The 3 will go where the 2 is. Let's see the angle on the 2. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, he is.
Come right around it with some left. 1 rail, maybe 2.
Yeah, This is unbelievable. I'm telling you the truth. Thorsten, I mean, he's got to be sick what he's done here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how could he ever have did what he did on that one rack? that puts him on the hill. That puts him on the hill.
Yeah. And he's guaranteed to have an opportunity to break to go to the finals if he can get out here. And I hate to even say this, but I think I could get out from here.
He shot that about 2 feet too hard.
Yeah, he might have to come straight up and play the 9 on the side. Or 2 rails, but either way he's going to play the 9 on the side. Now he's just going to play it in the corner, and that's fine. This will be 5 consecutive games Shane's won.
Unbelievable. Well, he better break and run out here. And he's...
Oh boy. This is tough.
He can't make it.
This is tough.
He can't make it.
Yeah, he can't cut it, can't bank it. He'd cut at it if the 10 wasn't there.
I know what I would do.
Behind the 2?
I'd hit the ball and leave him. He might even have enough angle to do that. I was thinking putting the cue ball down there behind the 8 and leaving the 1 behind all these balls, but I don't know if he can. He can do that.
Yeah, I
right?
think he can. I think he can do what you're suggesting. He might
cue
not
ball like about 1 o'clock and try to float down there behind the 8.
Yeah, he wants to cut this in though. It sure looks frozen.
Shoot, he can't cut this in from where he's at.
So I don't think he can because he can't get to the left side of the cue ball.
No, he's got to do what I said. He's got to go down there. He has no choice but to go down in behind those 3 balls. That's it.
Oh, over and back?
No, just
long rail?
Just hit the 1 there. Cue ball goes over there, and the ball comes over there.
Oh, behind the 10-2-8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all he can do. Just like this. Is this what he's going to do? But he's going to leave a pretty easy kick. But he's got no choice, you know.
Well, you know he wants to shoot, but I still think your choice is correct.
You're going to try to put it right up against the 2, the 1 ball, just like that. Just like that.
Sure.
He just leaves such an easy kick, but there's nothing else he could do. You know?
I wonder if he can afford to kick this real softly and try to nestle the cue ball on the 2. I don't like that because you're leaving the 2 balls near each other. But if he tries to kick it 2 rails and send the cue ball up the table, he risks, running into something, and the 1 might stay in front of a pocket.
I would call the 1 and then hit it hard enough for the cue ball to go back down the table.
Yeah,
and if it goes, then he just has to
like a 1-pocket kick.
Yeah, kick the deuce the same way.
Mm-hmm.
But he can't. He's got to hit it hard enough with the cue ball goes down to the end rail. Don't you think?
I do, But if he catches it a little too heavy, the cue ball could run into the 3.
Yep.
The 1 could hang and be right there. I think maybe 1 rail into the 1 is better than short
right
rail.
there?
Yeah, just hit it head on and try to maybe send the 1 around behind the 5-10 and leave the cue ball right there.
That'd be a good shot, but it sure looks difficult.
Well, not only does it look difficult, but if he lets him see any of the 1, he's got that big 6 ball hanging down there in the hole.
I'd go
you know?
2 rails, but I think he's going 1 rail.
I think he is going 1.
We'll know where he's aiming here in a second.
Yeah, it's called the 6 ball, so that tells me he's maybe going 2 rails.
Because he's trying to carry him off the
with
1.
the cue ball, right?
Yeah.
See, this way he's looking to go 1 rail into it. That is no good.
I can't tell.
Well, he's got at minimum he's
billiard.
got a billiard on the 6.
Mm-hmm.
Now the 6 it might still not go. I mean, you could hit it and it'd double kiss right into the point, but I think you got to play it kind of rail first so you can control the 1 ball and keep the 1 where it's still got a pocket by the 5.
I think
he's looking to see if he can cut the 1 down there. I'm not sure if he can. If we can look at the other.
I don't think he can hit the full.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
You know what else? He could bank the 1 across the side.
Well,
got a big pocket.
Yeah.
Big pocket with the 7 sitting.
Yeah,
there.
but if you bank the 1, how you get on the 2 real
Go
easy?
straight up and down.
Yeah.
Top
but
left.
there's traffic there.
I
think a lot of it depends on exactly where the 6 ball is, you know, in regards to the pocket and the jaw.
I think he's banking the 1.
Yeah,
that's
you might be right.
My guess.
Yeah.
He hits top left. It hits that diamond right by the triangle.
Yeah, come back
Comes
up here.
straight back between these balls, or maybe into the 5. And plus, if he misses, he's going to get safe. Yeah,
Yeah.
This is the right shot, I think.
I'd actually maybe come the other way with the cue ball between the 3-8 and try to short side the 2.
Oh, I think he would hit those balls.
You think so? Okay.
I don't know. What
Let's
do
see.
I know? We'll see what he's doing. I just like going straight up and down the table here. Look at, what do we know about it, Ken? But boy, that was a nice shot, wasn't it?
Good Lord, that was extremely well thought out and well executed.
And he had a big pocket with the 7 sitting there, just as long as he didn't undercut it.
Uh-huh. You're right.
But boy, he hit it good, didn't he?
Yeah,
Oof.
right in the heart.
Beautiful.
Okay, straight in on the 3 is where you need to be.
And then he's got Shane breaking. Actually, then you got to fade that. He underhit this one.
Yeah, but on that shot there, you need to be too short rather than too long. So he did play it on the correct side.
Oh, yeah. If he's too long, he's dead.
Right. So this is just into the long rail and out.
Oof. Oof. Straight across, middle ball.
Where are you going?
He's tight. You can see it, man. He's tight. Draw it straight back about 2 feet. There we go. Good shot. 7's hanging, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shane gets to break for the match. That goes to show you how strong that leg is. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah, and at 8-4, you never would have thought that would have come into the picture. Well, we couldn't ask for anything better.
Who would have ever believed? Who would ever believe this was going to be Hill?
Well, we'll see what the break gods have in store for Mr. SVB here. You know, sometimes when it's your turn to win, don't matter what you do, you're going to win. He's made a ball, I think, every break, except possibly the first one. Nine on the side. Cue ball in the middle of the table. 2 ball in front of the side, but the 5's going to get in the way.
Look at these balls. 3-6.
Yeah.
If he makes it 2, it's over.
If the 2 goes by the 5.
Low left and go between the 4 and 8, it's over. Dink, dink. Right? He's going to draw right to the diamond, right in the middle, over there, and just come straight back up. I believe, right? Or is he going behind
3
the 8?
rails around the 8. Big bounce he wants. Ooh,
look at this.
That's a little awkward.
This is a little funny. If he draws his ball, he could hit the 4 and scratch. If he
might try to run into the 4 or
just gently.
Just going to kill it. He's good at killing these, but I think he wanted to run into the 4.
Look,
Yeah.
Look. Can't believe this.
Jesus.
Look, can you believe this? Can you believe this?
Just that 1/4 inch out of line on that 3.
Can you believe this? You know he's going to have to hide him behind the 8.
Yeah, he's got to.
Oh, good Lord.
I mean,
I just can't believe this.
He's got to roll him on the 8, Bobby.
Oh, my goodness. Well, he can kick it. He can hit it.
Actually, he's left Thorsten a ball that he can hit easily because he didn't freeze him on the 8 ball.
I cannot believe that he didn't get out from that spot when he was shooting that ball on the side. I would have went and just drew it to the rail and come straight back.
He might have been too thin to do that.
You think?
Yeah,
maybe.
I think so, because if he wasn't, he would have done it.
Yeah, you would think so.
Right.
Yeah. I'd like to be shooting this shot for your cash.
Well, the ball is not a difficult ball to hit. It's a question of how does he want to hit it? Does he want to actually try to play it in this corner, rail first? Yes, he does.
I don't know. This ain't even, I mean, this ain't no. This is still pretty hard to hit. You know, it's not like a.
Well, I think he's going to hit this ball about 98 times out of 100. It's
You
just
think so?
Yeah.
Good Lord, what is?
But if he's kicking to make it,
That makes it even.
he's got to be careful. Got to be careful that it doesn't rattle and hang around the pocket.
Hit between them 2 diamonds.
Yeah, just before the first diamond by the side, in between the second and third diamond, little bit of right.
I think he's going to hit it easy. Look.
Look at this shot. He made it. What a great shot. What a great shot that was.
And I don't think, look at this, but the 5 doesn't go.
Yeah, he can cut it inside.
Can he cut inside?
Yeah, and he can miss the 8.
But he's got to get right in the center of the table to shoot the 6. Right? He's got to get between the side pocket to shoot the 6.
Yeah. Because it looks like if he goes 3 rails, which he has to, when he's coming off the 3rd rail, he's going at the 10-6. I don't know if you can you hit this soft enough to stay in the middle of the table.
I tell you something. Shooting this 5 on the side, he's coming real close to hitting the 8 or scratching.
Yeah.
Can you see?
I do see, but to me, the tangent line looks like it's going at the first diamond.
I can't tell.
To the diamond to the right of the 8?
It looks, I think you're right.
With a high ball?
I think he has to use a shade of inside here where it hits the second rail and straightens out.
Well,
correct?
if he wants to hold it, yeah. And I think that's what he's doing.
That's what he's doing, yes.
Right.
He just got to miss the 8.
Should hit around the first diamond. Uh-oh. Watch the pocket. Watch the pocket, Bobby.
I don't like that shot. I would have shot it and kept the cue ball in the center of the table and took the cut and took the tougher cut, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
He hit that ball at bad speed.
I'm not so sure. I totally disagree with what he did. Only because
you think he was trying to come up and go back?
Yeah. Well.
I mean, what else was he trying to do?
Yeah, I don't think it laid where he could go 3 rails to the middle of the table. He was too deep in that corner by the 8. But Shane did this to himself.
Look, this is no hanger here either.
No, and you do have to watch the cross corner scratch here.
See if he jumps up. Boy, he hit it good too.
Oh,
look at Shane. Shane's got to be suicidal. Missing that ball like he
after coming all the way back the way Shane did and having a beautiful out sitting in front of him in the case game to get just that littlest bit out of line on that 3 ball.
He ain't out yet.
Look at this.
Listen, these balls here can be missed. You know what I'm saying?
Hate to see either guy lose. Wow.
Wow.
Shane always classy. Shook hands. Good match.
Good.
Congratulations to Torsten. He's going to get another crack at Justin Hall in about 25 minutes.
Good.
So stay with us, everybody. The finals at 8 o'clock. We'll be back.
I wish it was like it. I can't make it to the restaurant.
Gave the audience a little bit of a thrill along with yourself. What the heck happened?
I have a question to you. Where did I lose the game? I mean, I won at the end, but where did I lose it?
Bobby and I both think it was the game that you wind up banking the 3 and then banking the 4 and scratching down here.
What was the mistake?
Not getting good enough on, not getting the right angle on the 2
Exactly.
to play the 3 in the
It was
side.
the very first shot. I took it for granted.
Yeah,
I ended
the
up
one
on the
ball.
wrong side,
Yeah.
and then from there I went downhill.
Right.
And then actually I thought, this is it. And he broke. I mean, can't break any better than Shane did. And got a little fortune to kick that ball in. And then, but well, I tried.
Yeah, and then there was one other thing. I know maybe that's what you mentioned. You talking about the 1 ball? You made you made a jump shot at a 1 ball and it double kissed it in. And then you were able to play safe behind the 2, and that got you a game.
Yeah, well, I wanted to put some follow on it to come out,
Uh-huh.
and I caught it full, but because of the follow, it, well, you got to get lucky sometimes.
Right. Well, I'm sure that you're glad that you've gotten another chance at Justin Hall. I know you weren't too happy with how that match turned out.
Yeah, I made a slight adjustment on my break, and I've worked better against Shane than my first match. So hopefully, because that was a big point in the match when I scratched twice against Justin. So hopefully I can bring my A break against him and then play a little better too. Definitely want to give 100%.
When Shane broke in the case game and basically a roadmap, did you think you had any chance to get out of your chair other than to shake hands?
Well, again, he made the same mistake that I made. He took a little bit focus away and, the slightest position error. And then I knew that I knew he was trying to
Bump the 4 ball.
Either catch the ball first or get full on the rail so he can knock that ball towards the pocket. And he came behind it, so I think he should have focused a little bit more on 2 shots before.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I think we're glad that you're going to get a chance back at Justin. I mean, all 3 of you are deserving champions. I want to wish you good luck. Hopefully we'll talk to you in a little while.
Thank you, Ken.
All right, Toasty. Thanks, everybody. About 15 minutes, we'll have the finals for you.